joining me. I want to show you a really fun Thanksgiving use for Sweetwise melting wafers. Some of the chocolate molds that you may be familiar with, I want you to think about them in a different way. Maybe combine them, and maybe you can put them on top of plain flat suckers. You can put them on top of cookies, all kinds of different fun uses. But what I'm going to start with today is actually two molds. This is a turkey and pumpkin mold. This is 90-3106 if you want to order that at sweetwise.com. And the place card mold, this actually, I like this because it has little stands that you can actually use these as place cards. And this is 90-12323 is the number on that mold. So all I do for the molds here is I make sure that I fill them up, but I don't overfill them, and then make a stand. Whenever you fill these, you want to, I've showed this in different videos, but you can just kind of tap these on the counter a few times, makes them nice and flat and level, and then put them in the fridge for about 15 or 20 minutes, and they pop right out. They're really easy. So I've got a couple already made ahead of time here. So this is just the card part, and this is the stand part. And I'm going to show you really quickly how I detail these other pieces, and then show you how they come right out. So what I always like to do is look at the mold from the front and see what details that I need to do first. So for instance, let's say this pumpkin had eyes on it. I would do the eyes first. So I'm going to do the black in the very front, and then white behind it, and then the orange behind that. You always start with the smallest detail. So in here I'm looking at the turkey, and I'm looking at the feathers. So I'm going to turn this over now that I've looked at it, and I've decided that I want to do the yellow first. So if you can see this from the front, I've already done the yellow there. And then I just have little bits of the Sweetwise melting wafers here melted. And I'm going to do my orange next. And I just melt these in a little bitty glass container, and then I go in and paint them. And it doesn't matter if I layer over the color I did just before like that, because it's not going to be seen, because that front part went down first. So you just do the orange all the way to the front, all the way down the feathers where this shows a nice pretty color, and then you can turn it over and look at it again and make sure that it's got enough layering. You could layer that one more time if you want a deeper color, but that's the premise of that. And then you can go behind that with red, and here I've got a little bitty goblin that I did here, a little gobbler there under his chin, and I'm going to go ahead and do his feet in red as well. And then you can do the last layer of feathers up here in red. And then you go behind and just fill with a little bit of chocolate. Now again, the secret on these molds, making them really pretty, is not overfilling them. Once you make them a little too full, then it just kind of dribbles over and it makes it not very clean. So again, how you use these, you just tap them on the counter a few times, and it really helps spread out that chocolate and makes it nice and even. Now I've got one here. Again, this goes in the refrigerator about 15 minutes, and then you can just turn it over and pop it right out. Nothing goes in these, no spray, no sugar, nothing, and then this just turns right out. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the fun part, is actually assembling these. So you can kind of look at how this is going to go together. Basically, I want to attach the bigger portion up here, and it's going to sit on the point. So what I'm going to do, and it doesn't really matter what color chocolate you use here, I'm just going to use the regular chocolate behind here and put it on the back side. Okay. Now I have a freeze spray here. This is actually a really cold spray. It's food safe. And what it's going to do is help this set really fast. So I'm just going to put this on the chocolate. You can see if I just leave it there, it's going to fall. It needs to set. So I'm going to put it up at the angle I want it and hit it with the freeze spray. And that just basically is like it sat in the refrigerator already for a few minutes. Okay? Give it a little bit more to make sure it's secure from both sides. All right, so now it's set, so it will stand on its own. So now we have a place card that can go at the Thanksgiving table. Okay, so now that my pieces are made and this is all set and ready to go, and I have this turned out, I have hard pieces, I'm not waiting on anything, I can just assemble them. So what I'm going to do is just attach the turkey. This looks kind of plain by itself, so I'm just going to put a little bit of chocolate here on the back side. And again, I'm going to use my freeze spray. If you wanted to, if you don't have the freeze spray at home, which a lot of people don't, what you can do is before attaching the back side is just setting this down on its back. You can just attach the chocolate to the back of the turkey and attach it to the corner with it sitting flat on the table like this. But if you want to, if you do have the freeze spray, then that's a good thing to do. So I have the chocolate attached, and I'm just going to put it right up here in the corner, kind of a cute angle, and use my freeze spray. And then once you've got your embellishments attached, you can do the little pumpkins, or for Christmas you can do little trees or stars, that sort of thing. Then you can go back and put a name on there. You can either do it with a paintbrush, or you can do it like with fondant cutouts. We have like little letter and script would be really nice. But this is going to be a really nice addition to the table. It's something that acts as not only a place card so everybody knows where to sit, but then it can also kind of be a fun little dessert thing as well. So knowing that it's edible, it's going to be a little bit of a conversation piece at your Thanksgiving table. So give it a try, play with the molds, look at the different designs, and see if something works for you. Have fun with it. Thanks for watching.